let's wrap up on this. Just like the roster as composed right now, it's like you alluded that there's work to be done here. But you can go in all sorts of directions here in terms of where you want to like go at. They drafted a wing. It looks like a defensive-minded wing at 38 here in Walsh. I assume he'll be on the 15-man roster next year. He looks young, but certainly that's a need that they have on this roster. Like just that
low cost
defensive upside guy who may or may not be ready to play. We'll find out in summer league, but that's will at least be one slot to build some wing depth, which is clearly needed there behind Jason and Jalen. But like, where do you go right now? Like in terms of recalibrating this, assuming that the market for Brogdon is not there.
CLNS Media's Celtics coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.
Yeah, and that's, I guess, where my mind goes is like, okay, so let's just assume that they're going to have to carry Brogdon, that's going to increase your tax ramifications, but it also means you're definitely moving on from Grant. You're exploring sign and trade options, but short of another second round pick, which like
get ready.
We're loving it here in Boston. I don't know if you're necessarily getting more than that. I don't think you're getting back a rotational piece, at least without compromising your ability to then use the taxpayer mid-level. So which gives you the better option? Like, can you sign and trade Grant to Dallas and get something back that is more helpful than what you could have got at the taxpayer mid-level? And that's just where it is. And even with the taxpayer mid-level, like, you use it, now you're hard capped, and now it's like you got to be you can't get up. I don't know. It gets really difficult to maneuver during the season. So I don't know if I guess my inclination is, short of a Brogdon deal materializing, I'm not sure there's something that's going to knock our socks off that's going to happen from here. I think it's just trying to find one more piece with the small assets that you have remaining. And, whether that's another big that, Joe feels comfortable leaning on and sparing some of the Porzingis, Robb, Al, especially on nights where they all can't play. Or, another big wing, but like maybe they just feel like Walsh can be that guy. And if he shows a good summer, and I don't know, like, am I crazy to think, like, I just don't see the roadmap to any big craziness moving forward. And yet, it certainly feels like there's another shoe to drop at some point.
For sure. And I think, it's like it goes through Brogdon. Yeah. And what the question is, I think that, the front office will have to have right now is being like, and I think we look at Brad's track record, he likes to make his bigger moves in the offseason. Outside of the Derek White deal, he likes to do, like, he wants to start fresher. So it's like, do you have something now? Can you find something now in the next week or two where you have this extra ammo now that it's expendable draft pick wise, where you can get that done? And I think that's probably their top priority. Like you allude to, like, were these simultaneous deals with Brogdon and Smart that were going to go on? Like, I think it's a very reasonable possibility here based on the timing of how it worked out. And so now the question is, can you get that done? And I think they're better positioned to get that done now after draft night. The question is, how does the market play out?
Second round picks, so hot right now.
Gotta get them while they're hot.
CLNS Media's Celtics coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.